תחומים החירות, אייל, תעזור לי.
Turbidity,
Okay.
salinity, and
Okay, it was very, very interesting for my class. And זהו. Now we are get from, אני באמת מתקשה, אבל...
You're doing okay. Go ahead.
תזרמי, זה בסדר.
אני לא יודעת, תאגיד המים, אני כאילו...
The water utility. The water utility serving Zichron is a very interesting story that I will tell you about it, but they are very engaging with us, and so go ahead.
אני אעזוב, תמשיך אותי, יש לנו שיתוף
פעולה. So what did you do? What did you do with the utility?
Now we talk to them and they give us an application with all the נתונים.
Quality data, all the quality data.
All the quality from זיכרון יעקב, all
the data.
Several days they check all this criterion, okay, and בדיוק, and we have this on time and we can look on this criterion and to check and check if our quality water is like it should be. And also the students can see their home
usage of water, the monitoring of home usage, right?
There we will explore it. We are in Sunday. We are meeting and we need to.
This is Sunday. They are meeting after the blockade.
Now we are going to do this because it's Corona time and we can't meet in school, so we are need to. לא דיברתי אנגלית מהתואר השני. I'm sorry.
Never, she didn't speak English since she went to the second degree in the university, so it's a big breakthrough. Tal, you are doing wonderful. For someone who hasn't spoken English for so long, you're doing wonderful.
And I know this meeting for from this morning, so I know.
Okay, it's okay. Now you will work on the program so your English will be better.
Okay, נכון. I will.
Now you will probably. Ram, who is the school that is working with the Pelech so that Tal knows and.
With
I can't hear you. Yeah.
No, it froze.
We
don't hear you. You got disconnected. Okay.
Oh, okay. Did you see me? Do you hear me now?
Now we hear you. We didn't hear you all along.
Okay. Right. So with Pelech School, we have Ekaterina Teodorio, if I pronounce it right. I hope I pronounced it right.
Oh, it's correct.
Yes.
Ekaterina Teodorio, Târgu
Hello.
Hello. Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, hello. Nice to meet you, Tal.
Hi, Tal. At the end of the twinning process, Israelian will speak Romanian and the Romanian will speak Hebraic.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You'll be surprised how many Israelis know actually Romanian because of their descendants to.
Yes.
The father of my husband is from Romania.
Oh,
nice.
I think, Florine, at the end of the day, we will all speak Yiddish.
Siget in Transylvania.
Siget, yeah.
נכון.
From 30 years ago, it was Romania, or?
No, it was in Hungary. Occupied of army of Hungary.
Okay.
So
thank you. I need to go. It's okay, Amnon? Or
Gabriela, you want to say a word about your school? Just
yes, it's a college. We have students from 9th to 12th grade, and we are involved in many activities. And we're glad to collaborate with you, Tal, and your school and your students. I'm excited about this project, and I hope we see you again and hear again.
Okay, very good, excellent.
Thank
you
you
so much.
Thank you very
So
much.
bye. We will talk.
Go ahead, run for your children. Thank you very much for joining. Okay, Ram, go ahead. Let's just go over the people that we have joining us. We have Nasrin that came to us from the Galilee. Hello, Nasrin. Nasrin comes from Shfar'am. Shfar'am is a very interesting city in the Galilee. It is interesting because it is a very mixed city. It has ancient Jewish history, Arab history, Muslim history, Christian history, very mixed city. And Nasrin has been working with us on the program for what, about 5-6 years already, or maybe more? More, yes. More. And she is part of the team already.
7 years.
She got prizes a number of times.
רם, המיקרופון שלך מפריע, תחבר אותו.
Okay, so it's really very exciting, and Nasrin, we will make the engagement next, and we have, and I think you know everybody from Israel, and we have the people from Romania, and please introduce yourself, or maybe Florin, you can scan it quickly, and we can then introduce.
So let's continue with some Romanian schools. Which is the next one? Who from?
Do we have teachers from Emmanuel Gojo here?
Yes, we have.
So maybe we can start with this one.
Okay. Liana?
Just so you know, because Amnon introduced Nasrin to us, the twinning school for Shfar'am will be the Emmanuel Gojo from Romania. So maybe you introduce them now.
Wait, Liana, are you connected?
Da, yes.
Okay. You can do a short presentation of your school, because you will find the school which will be in cooperation with you.
Așteptam să intre Anca să o prezintă.
Okay. Ram, may you move a little bit, because she's waiting another colleague which speak better English, and we can move to other school, to the Tudor Vladimirescu from Târgu Jiu.
No problem at all.
Thank you.
Nasrin, wait a few minutes and we will talk about your twinning school also. We will now move on to the next school will be Euroed.
Euroed,
okay. From Euroed here?
Euroed from Iași, yes.
Yes, Euroed, just before you start, Dudi here from Israel, Dudi Yosef here, and right after Carmen, he will introduce himself. You are the twinning partners, Ironi Gimel from Israel. So
which is amazing because my father comes from Yas.
Wow!
Oh, wow. Great!
We went there for a trip. My father, my brother, and I. We went there for a trip like 3 years ago.
Okay.
His whole family came from there. We saw yes, and we saw where his father is buried and his mother in the graveyard, the Jewish graveyard.
It's a very nice city. I like very much.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area. So
and the school is also one of the best school in Romania as English school.
We did a good job there in the selection, you see.
Excellent. Yes.
Yeah. Very good. Okay, so please go ahead. You ahead.
So I'm Carmen Antoniță. I teach at RHAW School. RHAW is a private school in Iași, and it comprises under the bigger umbrella of the RHAW Foundation. It comprises RHAW kindergarten, primary school, and secondary school. I'm currently the gymnasium's director, or let's say headmaster. Our school focuses mainly on teaching foreign languages. Our students currently learn English, French, German, and Chinese, and they learn Chinese with a Chinese native speaker. We've been teaching here at RHAW for 20 years now, so we could say we are an old school in the middle of a very beautiful city in Moldavia, which is in the northeastern part of the country. And we are very glad to be part of this project. So as far as I understand, we are, or we will be in collaboration with, could you repeat please, what school?
Ironi Gimel from Haifa. The city is Haifa.
Ironi is municipal. So this is a municipal school number 3 in Haifa.
In Haifa.
Okay.
And Dudi.
Ram, I suppose that at the end of the meeting we'll receive a list and the correct name of each school in connection with Romanian school.
So by the end of the list, you will get an email with a link to a list. In this list, you will find.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Okay, want me to give a few words about the school, about the Ironi Gimel school?
Of your twinning school will support the activity, the twinning activity between the two schools. So yes, you will have all the information.
Sophia has joined us just now. Say hello, Sophia. Sophia, you can say hello so everybody can see you. And Sophia is also very short in time, so we will go on with the introduction of Ironi Gimel from Dudi, and then we will hear Sophia. Go ahead, Dudi.
So basically, Ironi Gimel, my name is Dudi, and Dudi Yosef. And as I said earlier, my father comes from Yashi, so I'm very excited with this collaboration. So basically, I teach math, and I'm in charge of the 8th graders, 8th graders class in my school. The school is gathers kids. It's a public school, and it gathers kids from grade 7th grade to the 12th grade. So it's a 6 years school, and we have about 800 students in the school. In the middle school, we have about 400. We have 2 classes that are a part of this project. 7th grade, one 7th grade science class, which is specialized in science, biology, physics, and math, and other science professions. And the 2nd class is a leadership class, because you know when you deal with the environment and water and that kind of things, we have a lot of leadership issues and political issues. So we chose one of our leadership class, which is specialized in leadership. So these are the 2 classes. The subjects are we chose a variety of topics for our research. One of them is, for example, advanced pros and cons of a class of a paperless class. And we chose a project of different types of soil and how it allows water to come through it. And so we have a lot of science topics. We have like 5 science topics and 5 political and that kind of things issues. One of the issues, the interesting one, is we have a gas drilling platform close to our shore, which is a new one. It was established recently. And we try to debate whether it's good or bad to drill gas close to our shore and how it affects our environment. So pros and cons of that. So basically those are the subjects. Some of them are scientific subjects, some of them are political and social and socialized subjects. So it's going to be interesting. looking forward to collaborate with you.
Thank you very much, Rudy. We didn't know that you have such an excellent Romanian background, so it's an extra benefit.
But at the end of the day, they will learn also Mandarin, Chinese language, because RHAW, being a private school, they are looking to the future of the world, and the future of the world is China. And for this reason, they learn Chinese language.
Definitely.
Absolutely, you are correct. So yes, this will be, and we will, I was in China, you know, in the program, they are interested, so we will talk with them as well. Okay, we have now Sophie who joined us, and Sophie also, she comes from a school called after Mr. Jabotinsky, who was one of the founders of the country, his wife, so Joanna Jabotinsky, this is the name of the school. They've been acting with us, this is now the 3rd year, I think, and excellent, or no, 2nd year now, and but they've been doing excellent work, mixing the interests in energy and water together. And so Joanna is, and Sophie is teaching physics. She comes from Russia originally, and the school is an excelling school in terms of our program. It's very interesting. It's a regular school. It's not a school just for excelling students, but our program helped elevate the interest of the students in sciences. So it was interesting. Sophie, you want to say hello in a few words?
Maybe
כן, שלום לכולם, חבל, אבל אני לא יודעת אנגלית, זאת הבעיה שאני גם רוצה לפתור בקרוב. אז אני צריכה תרגול, מי שיכול לתרגם לאנגלית. אמנון, אתה יכול לעזור לי?
אני אתרגם, בסדר, go ahead. She needs to speak in Hebrew and I will...
Just, Amnon, before we start, maybe I will introduce the partnering school as well, so they know who is partnering with Sophie. So the partnering school for Joanna Jabotinsky, who is about to introduce herself now, is Tudor Vladimirescu. I hope I pronounced that one right.
Open your, Manuela, open your microphone.
Okay. Hello, my name is Manuela Radu, and I am a biology teacher. Is possible share screen?
Yes, sure. I think so. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Okay,
this is our college, National College Tudor Vladimirescu, Târgu Jiu. Și s-a blocat. Așa. This is a photo. Our school have amphitheater, museum, library, and lot of cabinet and laboratory. Biology, physics, chemistry. Our school has primary education, grades 1-4, secondary education, and high school with profile, math science, natural science, literature, and social science. And this is our activities. In this project, and this is our activities.
Very good. Thank you very much, Manuela. And Sophie, so what do you want to say? תגידי מה שאת רוצה, נתרגם.
טוב, גם אני יכולה לשתף את המסך שלי, כן?
בוודאי. You can share the screen.
כן, יפה, רגע. טוב. רואים?
Yes, now we can see it.
Right, so this is the pictures of the school. It is part of a network called Network Atid. Atid is future. So the name of the network is Future. And this is the Joanna Jabotinsky. Go ahead. It's a farm. So it's a farm, so you can see pictures of green and grass and so it's a very big open farm-like schools. There are many schools like this in Israel. They are out in a farm, and so it's a little village in itself. Okay?
טוב, בית הספר שלנו נמצא בתוך האמצע של של ישראל שלנו. זה כמו לב של מדינה שלנו באמת. וזה לא סתם מילים.
It is near the heart of the country, so they take this to heart, being at the center and the focus. And she's right. This is where the school is located, in the middle of the country. Go ahead, תמשיכי.
כי בבית הספר שלנו לומדים לא רק תלמידים שנולדו בארץ.
So the students are not only students that were born in Israel, but a lot of immigrants from many places, and that includes Sophie herself, that is a new immigrant. Sophie, כמה שנים את בארץ?
אני 4 שנים בארץ.
Sophie is in Israel for 4 years, so she's a newcomer as well. Okay, תמשיכי.
טוב, גם בבית הספר שלנו יש תלמידים עולים חדשים שמכל העולם עלו בארץ. גם ממולדביה, גם מרוסיה, מאוקראינה, מארצות הברית, יש לנו כמה תלמידים כאלה.
So they come from all over the world, from the United States, from Russia, from Moldavia, from Europe, and everywhere, you know, all around the world, and Ukraine, and including the teachers.
גם בבית הספר שלנו יש תוכנית נעלה. אז התלמידים מהתוכנית הזאת מקבלים את ההשכלה בארץ פה, כי זה באמת טוב מאוד, השכלה שלנו.
So it includes, the school runs a program called Naale, which addresses the needs of new immigrants and helps them promote and advance. And this is a kind of playing on the meaning of the word. Coming to Israel is to climb to Israel. And so they have a climbing program saying that they will elevate the students as well, not just coming to Israel, but also elevate their abilities with the education. So it's not playing of the words. Okay.
טוב, ואנחנו פתרנו שחשוב מאוד לתת לתלמידים שלנו ידע יותר עמוק, בגלל שעכשיו יש הרבה מקורות של ידע. תלמידים יכולים לקבל את הידע שלכם גם באינטרנט, אז לא מספיק בשבילכם לימודים רגילים.
So one of the reasons they joined the program was because there are so many new sources of knowledge, and so learning with the internet and doing research is important, and they are really doing that, and they really experience it, and that's one of the things that we emphasize. We use, of course, water as a main thing, but it's the address of knowledge growth and how to treat it, and this is a motive in school. So all the faculty in the school is involved, the schoolmaster and so forth. So this is really a nice engagement. Okay, תמשיכי.
לכן אנחנו משתתפים בפרויקט נוער שותה מים ודעת. מה חשוב מאוד בפרויקט הזה? זה שאנחנו לא רק לומדים בעזרת לוח וטוש, אנחנו עושים את הסיור, אנחנו מלמדים את התלמידים שלנו בעזרת ציוד מסוים שנקרא אנרגיה בראש אחר. יש לנו הרבה סיורים. בשנת הלימודים שעבר היינו בסיור בתחנת כוח באשדוד, ואנחנו ממשיכים בשנת הלימודים הזאת לעשות אותו דבר.
So the one thing that Sophie says is unique about the program is that this has hands-on experience with test equipment and so forth, and also outdoor visits to the facilities, the desalination or the energy power plant, because in the energy power plant, there's a lot of water usage and steam and so forth. So it's a very unique experience that it's not just in the classroom, but rather with hands-on and outdoor experience. You can see them here in a power plant, and here's a model that was built to demonstrate the facilities, and this is power plants, and they built models based on it. And this year they are doing work on thermodynamics, on the energy stored in water and in steam and transitions and so forth. So the energy aspects of water are very important. Okay, מצוין, סופי, נהדר.
תודה, תודה לעזרה, אמנון, תודה.
Okay, so thank you very much, Sophie, תודה רבה. So now you know Manuela, and we will make the connection, and you can go back to your boys. I know you are on a very short time scale, and thank you very much for joining us. תודה רבה. תודה רבה, סופי. סופי, את יכולה להישאר איתנו או לעזוב איך שמתאים לך בהתאם לזמן שלך. תודה רבה.
הבנתי. תודה, תודה.
Okay.
We have to get back to the last school that we skipped. Right, Florin? Do we have the personnel now?
Yes, yes, we have. Anka is connected to us. Yes.
Okay. So as we said, we have Nasrin here from Shfaram who introduced herself. Hi, Nasrin. Say hello so they can see you. And so the school from Shfaram, Mekif from Shfaram, will be from Emmanuel Gojo school, and now they will introduce themselves.
Okay. Okay, yes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anka Mile, and together with my colleague Liana Baco, who is also in the meeting, we are representing Colegiul Național Emanuel Gojdu from Oradea, Romania. As you already probably know from the previous meeting, there was a presentation by one of our students last time about the school. So the presentation contained the most important and the most relevant information about the school in general, that it is a traditional school, that it is 100 years old, that it has 1,166 students with a staff of 70 teachers, that it teaches both middle school and high school levels. We are also one of the best reputed schools in our area, in our county, with lots of students participating and winning many important competitions. But specifically for this project, so the school is very much project oriented, and we have collaborations with people from very many countries in Europe and outside Europe. Specifically for this project, Liana has been carrying out the work with the students directly. And as we agreed upon a work plan, a sequence of events that we are going to do for this project, the students have been instructed and they have participated in a number of lessons on water usage, so they have already become more aware of the problems of the project through the involvement of Liana directly. She has had a few training classes with the students in the 10th grade. So our students are 16-year-old. So we are very happy to be twinned with a school in Israel, and I would like to welcome our correspondents in Israel. Who are they?
Thank you very much, Anka.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nasrin is from the Galilee, as we said, and so she will say welcome and introduce herself, and I will help her translate. Nasrin, go ahead.
Okay.
נעים מאוד, אני מאוד מתרגשת שאני בשיחה איתכם. עכשיו שלחו לי שאני רציתי כאילו להיות מוכנה יותר מזה, אבל לא נורא, אמנון יודע שאני תמיד אני יכולה לעזר פה. שמי נצרין.
She says she's very excited. And she enjoys the program, and she had a very short notice because we finished the twinning very late. But since we knew we had a meeting with you, we asked them to join only today, this afternoon. So usually she prepares herself and has everything ready. Now she didn't have time, but she dared. She knew that she can come in and rely on our help. So she jumped in. Although
yeah, so we are already Yes, this is
Thank
this
you
is
very
the
much,
way.
Nasrin, for coming. Go ahead.
אני ח'טיב נסרין, מלמדת פיזיקה ורובוטיקה לכיתות ח', ט' וז', רק כיתות מופתים ומצוינים. יש לנו הרבה פרויקטים בבית הספר. אחד הפרויקטים המיוחדים שאנחנו עוסקים בהם כבר 7 שנים, עם היקר אמנון, זה נוער שותה מים ודעת. כל הזמן אנחנו אוהבים לעבוד איתו, כיף לעבוד איתו. אנחנו מלמדים משלבי החקר מכיתה ז' ומתחילים כאילו לשלב את זה מבחינה תיאורטית ומבחינה מעשית, אז נשלב...
רגע לתרגם, רגע. So Nasrin says this is a middle school. It's a part of the high school, but it's a middle school section. So it's 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. And they've been working on a program for 7 years. They've really been on board from very long. I can add that they were one of the first Arab schools in the program, which was very important. It was experimentally for us as well. It was an initiative that was started by the water utility. And so the water utility invited the school to join, and they came in, they weren't sure, and we weren't sure, we didn't know, but we worked together, and we've been working together ever since. And you know, there are ups and downs and difficulties and so forth, but we managed to overcome. We've had many visitors come to the school, including some Rotarians from America and elsewhere. And they've been very consistent in doing the work on research, very broad approach. And I can also tell you that Nasrin, more than just teaching on the program, I was able to bring in other teachers from school, a teacher from mathematics and a teacher for English. And we had all the teachers of sciences last year joining on the teachers training. So she's broadening the application across the school, and it's very nice. Go ahead, Nasrin.
אז בשילוב החקר אנחנו מתחילים מכיתה ז' וממשיכים בח' וט' ומיישמים את זה ומתחילים לעבוד מעשי בכיתה ט'. כל שנה אנחנו בוחרים נושא מסוים שקשור למים ומשלבים כל התוכנית הלימודים שאנחנו מלמדים בתוך הכיתות והופכים את זה למעשי, שירגישו את החומר לא רק תיאורטי, גם שיעשו את הניסויים כדי להפנים כל החומר כמו שצריך. ולפי דעתי זה מאוד עוזר להם, מאוד אוהבים את זה. אנחנו תמיד במעבדות, וזה מה שחשוב להם, שמתי אנחנו, כל הזמן שואלים אותי מתי ניכנס למעבדות, מתי נעשה את הניסוי, מתי נלך להציג את זה בטכניון גם, וממש כיף לעבוד בפרויקט הזה. קצת על הבית ספר, אמנון, נכון?
כן, לא, בסדר גמור. And so Nasrin emphasizes the research aspect of the program because of course, the program is centered around research. So after studying the background in 7th and 8th grades, and in the 9th grade, they're actually exercising and doing science experimentation in the lab. Nasrin is a robotics and science teacher. And so they build a lot of robots, and they have a very nice supporting facility in school. And they've selected many subjects in terms of water, from reclamation and wastewater to providing water and filtration and so forth. And the students enjoy working on the program and also joining the graduation events where students have the opportunity to meet other students and faculty from the Technion. The Technion is the leading Israeli academy for sciences, for technology. And so when they come there, you know, we are engaged with many professors, faculty, and experts from across the country. And it's a very engaging experience for the children. And of course, this year we will be doing it virtually on the net. But in our planning, we will make this introduction, but we will also have faculty and Rotarians and teachers from around the world come and visit. So our graduation event this year, although it will be done on the internet, it will look like the real event. So everyone will be able to present a poster and a little video clip on the work and what they did. And also we plan to have visitors that will be in the event. We expect to have hundreds of visitors from students from around the world and teachers and so forth. And they will be able to interact with the students so that the students will have a little virtual booth and they will be there at the proper time. And we will have 15 or 20 minutes available for every school, for every project, that people from all over the world could come knock on the door through the Zoom, and the students will be able to make a live presentation. So it's like you are in a real science fair. So people can look at the poster, can look at the video that was recorded before, and also interact with the student and ask questions. So we will try to capture the spirit of a real event in a virtual manner. We have been working on it for a couple of weeks now on the support on the technology that will support it, and we're making good progress. And we hope that this will be successful. Of course, it's very new. So as Nasrin says, children love it. It's very exciting for them. And it's big exposure. Now it will be exposure for English. And I'm sure that next time Nasrin would also polish her English and bring the English teacher along with her. So that that would be nice. And I'm sure that even Schoolmaster Yosef Subach, who is also very involved in the program, would like to join and to say a few words, and we would welcome him on board.
אני רוצה להראות לכם כמה תמונות. אפשר share screen?
Okay. She will share with us a few of the pictures from the activity. Go ahead.
I can?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Until Nasrin uploads it, I want to share with you that Nasrin not only brought her own colleagues in the school, but she even brought her brother. Her brother is a schoolmaster in a different school. And so her brother's school is also joining us now. So we have two schools working for Nasrin. And thank you, Nasrin, for that. It's an excelling school. Go ahead. Okay, so we see the students now in the lecture.
זה חדר מדעים שאנחנו עובדים בו.
This is the science room, but what you want to notice is in the back of the room are posters of previous years. And this is the picture of the school.
זה בית ספר שלנו.
Right, this is the yard in the school. This is the junior high school.
Okay. מה יש לי עוד? זה בערב.
The things in the evening. This is in the Galilee. Very nice area.
זה אחד הקטעים שאנחנו עושים ימי שיא במדעים. זה
one of the peak events, focus events on science that they do in school. So it's like a science fair. And we have a demonstration leverage of forces and so forth. A lot of it is involved in water and water pumping and so forth. This is schoolyard.
תודה.
אוקיי, תוותרי על הסרט זה פחות, יפה מאוד. יופי, נסרין, תודה רבה.
תודה.
Okay, all right. Nasrin, thank you very much. So Nasrin is from the Galilee, and the guide that works with Nasrin, his name is Adam. He is teaching Arab music instruments in the afternoon, so he couldn't join us today, but he has been with us in the past events, and he will listen to the recordings, and so he will catch up with us. Adam works in the Galilee with all the schools. He speaks Arabic. And most importantly, he teaches our music instruments. So Lovely, very good. Okay, Ram, back to you.
Yes, okay. Just a second. This screen.
Okay, Ram has prepared a presentation that addresses the final stages of the program. So what we expect to do, some guidance on the phases that's in front of us, leading us towards the graduation event. Before we deal with the graduation event specifically, I want to make one important announcement on timing. Our plan is to have the major International Water Day on the 22nd of March. But it just so happens that this is on the Easter vacation time in Israel. And so schools shut down on the 19th here in Israel. So what we will do is we will have the major interaction and presentation on the 17th of March, and we will work towards it and you will hear about it. And then we will make also a high-level event on the 22nd with selected groups so that we can take notice and presence on what is referred to as the International Water Day. So even though we have vacation in Israel, we will still be able to be present on the 22nd of March. But we will have all the interaction with all the schools on the 17th, and Ram will present to us here what we need to do on the way from here to that graduation event. Ram, please go ahead.
Thank you, Amnon. So a few guidelines and information regarding the rest of the project. We went through the first stages actually of the project. We already established connections with the partnering schools, with the relevant schools. We had quite a few meetings with you guys. I believe this is the 6th meeting today. So we went through a long way. We scheduled meetings and guidance with you. We've seen your projects, we've heard your ideas, we gave you feedbacks, and we introduced you with the English materials and the English contents. And right after this this meeting, I will send you today or tomorrow, I will send you a summary of this meeting, and that will include also this slideshow, this presentation, and links for the materials again, if you haven't saved it. So you will find there not only the materials, the learning materials in English, but also links to the materials for the final event itself. For example, for the template for the poster that you're supposed to present, we have a template. So it will be a unified poster among all the participating schools. So you will have that too there, and I will get there soon. So we will skip the short clip. The contents.
Ram, excuse me for a minute, 1 second. I just want to mention to the Israeli teachers that all of the meetings that we had with the teachers from Romania were recorded.
Right.
So that we will send you a link so that when we have a school that presented more in detail the work that they did and so forth, you will have the opportunity to view it offline so that you catch up with everything that was that transpired thus far. So you will have that information.
Right, I didn't mention it, but for today, for example, Dudi, you're here with us for the first time, but we've been meeting with the Romanian teachers for many times before. We have for the use of the teachers from abroad, we have a drive folder with contents in English with different contents, learning materials. We've been filming experiments and experimental presentations, and that's all on YouTube for you to see and use. And we've went through these things during our meetings. It's all on YouTube, and I will send you the links as well. And they are all in the presentation. So, so basically what we're doing now is we're doing the twinning cooperation. That's what we started today. You are the first country that we're doing the twinning process with it. And we partnered each school in Romania with a school in Israel. And a designated coach from High Teach. For example, I will be the designated coach for Ironi Gimel for Dudi and the RHAW school from Romania. We have Adam that Amnon introduced earlier who couldn't be here. We have Eyal with us that will mentor the Pelech school. And we also, who am I forgetting? Yal, we have Adam, with me. I think that's it. Yes, we have that's the coaches we have. I will be supervising the entire, me and Amnon will be supervising the entire partnership, the entire event itself, the project. And we open WhatsApp groups or emails. We will contact through the email addresses between the group, the meetings we have now, because now we are meeting with the teams in Israel and Romania, but the next meeting will be only towards the end of the project, towards the final event, actually. In the meantime, we will be contacting you, and the schools will be talking to each other through mail or WhatsApp, or if you want and you can establish connection by yourself, that's also welcome. We will be happy to coordinate these meetings with you. I will explain in short. I will explain also what we expect you to do with the schools in the partnering schools that you partnered with. We are going through we are getting closer to the final event, and we have to finish our research project. We already seen in Romania, at least, we've seen your project, and you are in a very advanced stages, so we are happy with it. And the products that we want to see from the project, as Amnon mentioned earlier, are basically it could be either a poster, a presentation, a kind of a slideshow, or a short video clip, and that should summarize the learning process, the research process that the students went through. And in the final stage, these reports, these products. Okay, so in the last stage, yes. So in the last stage, after you finalize the project, what we want you to do is to exchange the products, these either presentations, slideshows, posters, exchange them between the schools, so different schools could learn from each other about their projects, about the water challenges in their countries, and mainly about the solutions that they came up with and they thought of, and the learning process that they went through in their school. So what we do once each school gets a project, a presentation, a poster from his partnering school, what we want you to do is take that poster and with your students learn about the project, learn about the situation in the other country, if it's in Israel, whether if it's in Israel or in Romania. We want you to put an emphasis on the motivation and methodology and results of the project. That's the basic things. The differences and similarities of the challenges in different countries. For example, in Israel, we have different water challenges than in Romania. So put an emphasis on that. And the final stage, you will write a constructive review for the twinning school. So what we want you to do is basically to learn about the project, to understand the project, and then to write a review, a feedback to your partnering school with your students in English. It should be a one-pager, not more than that. It should be very concise, and send it back to the partnering school. And after that, when they get this review, this feedback process, what we want you to do with this feedback process is actually process it and make adjustments to your project and show the kids, show the students how to process feedbacks, how to process reviews, and use it to improve your work.
The idea in the sharing, aside from the research and so forth, is also, of course, to promote the awareness of water and the challenges and the solutions. So the key question is really, what do we benefit from the twinning process? Because this is a pilot. So the idea is to really examine to ourselves, Did this increase the awareness? Did this improve STEM? Are we doing it okay? Should we do something different together? Because we are together jointly developing something very new. Collaboration of students and teachers from all over the world with the idea that it is the future of the students that we have in our mind. What do we need together to do to assure that the students in the future will have sufficient water and environment sustainable and protected? So we need to take this project and view it as an education tool, but also does it increase the engagement? Does it increase the understanding of the existence of a challenge and of the potential solutions? And of course, the solutions and the challenges are different in Romania and in America and in Israel. But we need to make sure that in every country, the students become engaged and understand the challenge and the potential solution. And the fact that they can affect it, the fact that they can interact with a water utility, that it's reachable, it's not something way out removed. This is the key idea of the feedback. So of course, we would look at each other and so forth, but we don't intend to teach each other how to speak English or how to make a present. These are minor things. We can make a comment, a suggestion here and there, as we did during the review. But the idea is to look at the hardcore. Did we learn something from the project? Was there something new in the experience we had? This is the main thing.
And I think additional, Amnon, if I want to say some words. Maybe these students will be the future professional working in the water sector in the future years, because this is the moment they discover the water with a lot of implication in our life, and the education provided by this project will be for them useful to choose a professional for water.
Yes, let me refine this a little bit. You are right, Florin, of course, but what we learned, because these are junior and high school students, especially in Israel, because when they graduate, they also go to the military for 3 years. So making a choice for a profession in life is somewhat further delayed, but we do want to raise their interest in practical science and technology, so that they know what the spectrum is and whether they proceed in biology or the chemistry or sciences, that they need another foundation before they make a final choice to work, in water or a different area. But at least we want to bring their attention to sciences so that they can select and see how important it is and how vital it is to assure their future. So it's an additional, but you're right. We need to, this is the time that they make major decisions, and it's the right time to expose them. Okay, Ram, go ahead.
So once we've finalized our projects and we produced a certain product, whether if it's a presentation or not, and we exchange these products, and we've built on top of this project, we built a certain review or feedback, and we exchange those as well. That's the time for doing the adjustments and the learning time for the students. And that's when the second meeting will happen. That's when we are aiming for the second meeting to happen. We will schedule it between us, and that's where the students will participate as well in the second meeting. We would like to see them as well, and we will prepare them beforehand with the products, so they will be able to present these products, these presentations, these posters, whatever they brought, in front of their peers in the partnering schools. Now, that's going to be a complex mission. That's going to be a challenge for them maybe, but we're going to have the time. We're going to have to invest the time in preparing the students to present and how to present. Now, that's another very important skill that we believe we want to invest the time and efforts in implementing in the project. Finally, the final event. So after that, we went through all this process, and the children, the students presented once at least a few times as preparation with their peers in their class and in front of their teachers, and again in our meeting in front of a live audience from Israel or from Romania, from a different country. In the final event, as Amnon presented earlier, they will have a time slot for presenting the project in English for the entire world, basically, for whoever comes from different countries, whether if it's from Europe, from America, or from Israel and other countries. And that's going to be the highlight of the show, for people to see people and meet and see people from all over the world and hear about their challenges and their solutions for not only for the water. We are talking a lot about water solutions and water challenges, but I have to say that some of the schools, at least in Haifa, in my area, for example, the school where Dudi is coming from, they are doing a lot of research and a lot of activities on sustainability, on ecological footprints. And of course, it does relate to the water issues, of course, but that's more of from a general perspective, from a little bit of a different, another interesting perspective. So now I'm going to go through briefly about the guidelines of what to expect the products to be like, the guidelines for the product. So first of all, you will have an example, and we already have in the website, in the drive that I will send you, you will have an example for a poster. That's how the poster is going to look like. Okay, and what we want to see is the name. Excuse me, the name of the project, the symbol of the school, the name of the school, the country from where the school is, what grade is it, and what's the twinning school partner. So all this information will be here on the title line. And afterwards, what you have is basically, it's kind of like a scientific or academic poster. We have all the parts of a scientific poster. We have an introduction section, but here we don't want we don't want to have just a scientific background. What we really want to see here is actually the motivation for researching this program, for this subject. We want here, this is where the students actually talk. This is where they show where they are coming from, why they are doing what they are doing, why they chose this subject. Afterwards, we want to see a research question, a hypothesis, methods, and we understand that because of the coronavirus, because of this situation, because of the holidays we went through, it's a complex situation, and we know that the findings, the products will not necessarily be a full product, and we might not finalize the product, and maybe we will finalize it after the event itself. But still, what we aim for now is for a full poster, a final poster, even if it does include only something that some kind of a working plan. We plan on running an experiment. We don't have yet all the results we wanted. Put in here whatever you do have right now, and we're going to use it, because what we want to see is the aim, the research experience. That's the important thing. That's the core of this whole process. So we have here the methods and the findings. Another thing we want to see is a lot of visualization. Here, there's too much words here. There's too much text. Reduce it. It's just an example. But we want to see pictures. We want to see figures. We want to see graphs. The more visual it is, the better the kids will understand it. And also, that's another skill we want them to have. To be able to present a graph, a figure, that's an important skill. That's a challenging skill. In the discussion section, what we aim for you to have there is basically recommendations. First of all, how you summarize and you wrap it up, the entire project. And then the really important thing is the bottom line. What is the bottom line of the entire project? What is our recommendation for, whether if it's for the school itself, for our community, for our family, whatever it is, if it's for saving water, if it's for new methods that we have to think of in the future for water desalination or treating water facilities. So that's what we have there. And finally, acknowledgements. Thank you for whoever we have to thank for. If you made any collaborations with water utilities, industry, academia, that's the place you want to mention them. And the Rotary Club, of course, who supported you. That's going to be the place for it. I'm going to get back one slide for the previous slide, just to make sure I went through everything. Yep, that's, if you're going for a project report, so what I showed you here is a poster, but you can do whatever you want, basically. It's very flexible. You can choose to do a poster, but you can also choose to do a short presentation and then take as a slide for one slide for introduction, another slide for a research question, or you can do a short video clip. But whatever you do, it's important for us that you keep it very concise, very short. So we have here kind of guidelines for how many lines. Now, we won't be very strict about it, but it's very important that you don't cross it for too much. Don't exaggerate with it. We want to have it very concise, to the point, and clear.
I would, Ram, I would add that I think a video clip of 2 or 3 minutes is very recommended. Even if you do a poster or you do a presentation, but take a video clip, let the children present the work, and take the video clip once or twice, review it, make sure you polish it. So we will store it on the website. So you will have a place for the poster, a place for a video, and a place for interaction through Zoom. So do prepare a little video clip, not too long, 2 minutes is ideal, and have 1 or 2 students. You don't have to have all the students talk. You can have them in the background, 1 or 2 students talk, or with the teacher. There's a lot that you can say in 2 minutes. And if you rehearse and you do it once and another time and another take, eventually it will be polished. And that will be the diamond that will present the program. Now remember, this is science, technology, water, the challenges, that is all okay. But our key pilot as a group is, how does this pilot affect us? The key question that we have is not necessarily the quality of water, but it is, what did we learn by working together? Did we elevate the awareness? Was it a good education collaboration experience? Does it prepare better citizens of the world for the future? We want to have better, more educated youth that are capable to address the challenges in the world in the future, especially when you think about how much fake news there is and fake information all around us all the time. And we want to have the children grow up and educate them to be critical, to be able to understand the subject, and to be able to form their own opinion in a very serious manner, and not just by hearsay from WhatsApp and Facebook and what have you, or Twitter. So the important thing is, what does this experience do to the children as education? Okay, Ram, thank you very much. I think it's been lovely. And
just one more thing, one last thing, Amnon, if I may, regarding the timelines. Yeah, so as Amnon mentioned, we are moving the final event for the 17th. So that means it's moving everything a little bit earlier. What we want to do is start the preparation, the product preparations by the end of February. By the end of this month, we want you to have, even if it's not a finalized version of your product, it should be some kind of a very advanced draft, whether if it's a poster, a presentation, or a video clip. We want to exchange all of the exchanges project between the twinning schools by the end of February and at the beginning, the early beginning of March.
Right, this is important, so we won't make a mistake. This is March of 2021, but not the 21st of March. Don't be mistaken by that. So the idea is that this is to be finished on the first week of March, all the exchange, because on the 17th, we want to have everything on the website and functioning. So the first week of March is the last date where we can accept products and posters and stuff like this.
For uploading, not exchanging them between schools, for uploading to the website of the final event. So you will have this slideshow, this presentation, and in it you will find also guidelines for how to write the concise review for the product between each other. So make sure you take a look at that. I'm not gonna waste time on it now. That's it for now, for me anyway.
Very good. So this way we teach the students the concept of peer review. So when you publish a paper, there's always a peer review, so they will have an opportunity to learn how to do a peer review. So a lot of science education. Okay, I think since it is 8 minutes past 8, let us see if you have any questions. And if not, then we will conclude and summarize and prepare for next time. So any questions?
So I understand that you will send us the PowerPoint presentation with the deadlines and the term?
Of course,
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It will be, we will send it to you. We will send it, of course, to Good Florin, who is the pivot of all the activity. And we will also put it in the website, in the Google Drive storage that we have, so to which you have access. So it will be there as well.
Okay.
Including the information, of course, of the twinning schools and everything.
Yes. I'm sorry, but I have to leave now. I have an online meeting with some parents.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Carmen. Goodbye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much. Any more questions? Okay, Florin, you want to summarize the meeting?
I think that we are on the right direction and we are moving quickly now.
We have to, Florin, I just remember that we have to commend all the teachers and students for their lovely work on the logo competition.
Yes, I congratulated them and I waiting from them end of this week the revised logo. And I will inform you, send you the last form, the revised form.
Very nice
and
work.
Together with RHAW, we will select. Yes, they have done a good job, a good work, and I hope they will be moving well in the next weeks according with the documents you have presented now. RHAW has presented now. And will be ready and in a good shape end of the month, end of February, beginning of March, with the documents required by the project. And we are happy in the same time that the schools have the partners and they will continue, and maybe I will organize with Romanian schools a conference having in Romanian with all the students, maybe in the next 2 weeks, to be informing them about the stage where we are with the project.
Excellent, very good. Thank you very much, Florin. Your leadership is really very, very important and it reflects on everybody. So thank you very much. Dudi, you want to say something, or Eyal? Say thank you for everybody, or another comment, and we will conclude.
Nothing but thank you for your presentation. It was clear, and I'm good.
Thank you very much for joining. Eyal.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, very good. Okay, so thank you, everybody. Good evening, and thank you for joining. And
Take care.
Making excellent progress. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.